everyone! So I did get a couple responses to the recent video that I did on my laparoscopy experience for endometriosis, and there were a couple of things that I didn't go over in that video that people had asked me about, so I'm going to take this time to go ahead and answer those questions now. Um, like one of the biggest things that I've noticed that people were curious about is me being put to sleep, because some people have never done that before and some people get really freaked out by it. I actually usually am not too scared to get put to sleep. What freaks me out the most is the needle and the IV, because I just don't do well with needles and I don't like giving blood and all that sort of stuff. But so I'm going to go through and explain kind of exactly what happened on this surgery, and then I've had a couple other previous experiences that I've had to been put to sleep as well, so I can kind of relate those two together. So this time when they put me to sleep, they give you the IV early, and before they give you the stuff that knocks you out, they kind of give you water so that you're not completely dehydrated, and they let you sit with that for maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. And then someone will come in and they'll tell you, okay, we're gonna, slowly start to give you the stuff that's gonna put you to sleep. So you're gonna start feeling a little sleepy, and they're very, they're very friendly about it, and they tell you, if you want to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. We will make sure that you're fully asleep before we do anything, and they're very good with that, and they make you feel really comfortable about it. So for me, they started to give me this stuff before they even rolled me into my operating room, which I spoke a little bit about in the last video. But when they put it in, this time I didn't feel it actually go in my vein. I've had it done before where I've had to be put to sleep, and I did actually feel it go in my vein, and it kind of burns a little bit, but it's nothing like really painful. So this time I didn't feel anything, and then immediate, probably within 10 seconds after her telling me that she's giving me this stuff, I started to feel a little out of it. You kind of feel like, I don't know how to describe it because I don't smoke and I don't drink, so I've never, well, I have, but I can't really relate it to being drunk. The only thing that I can relate it to is I take amitriptyline to be able to sleep at night, and that stuff completely knocks me out. And when I start feeling that, I get super lightheaded, and you just start to get dizzy, and you feel like your body weighs 500 pounds. And that's kind of what it felt like at first. So I mean, you definitely start to feel it, and you'll notice things around you, like your reactions are slowing down and all of that sort of stuff. And then they started rolling me back to my room, and probably within, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes, I was completely passed out. Once they give you more of it and you really start to feel it, they usually tell you okay, you're gonna be out within 10 seconds, so count to 10 and close your eyes, and the next thing you'll know, you'll wake up. And that's happened to me 2 different times. This time she told me, okay, you've got about 10 seconds, enjoy your sleep or whatever. And then last time for another surgery that I had, it was kind of funny because the guy was like, okay, well, you should be falling asleep in 5 seconds. And then I counted to 5 in my head, and I was still awake and my eyes were still open, and he was like, close your eyes, go to sleep, think about something fun. So then I finally knocked out. But once it gets to that point when you've got 5 or 10 seconds till you're about to pass out, there is no fighting it. That was one of the questions that I got as well, is if you can kind of fight the sleepiness or if you get completely knocked out, and there's no way that you can fight it. I mean, with my sleeping medicine, it's really hard to get me to go to sleep as it is, and every night I kind of see how long I can stay up with that in my system before I completely pass out. And when you go for a surgery like this, there's none of that. I mean, you are completely passed out. It's not like you're just easily asleep. And I mean, the 2 times that I've been put to sleep, it's been the best sleep that I've ever had. So I felt pretty good when I woke up. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing really to be worried about. Like, I know some people get freaked out thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting put to sleep, there's a chance that I might not wake up. That's never really been a fear of mine, because I trust these people, because this is what they do every day. And they do certain tests, like blood tests. They get your weight and your height and all that stuff so that they can configure the right amount of stuff to give you so that you can fall asleep. And I've never really been scared of it, but I know some people are. But let me go ahead, let me read some of the other questions. How do they do it? Like I just said, they just give you, the first time I had it done, they gave me the IV in the hand, and that's just like a little needle, and then they put a tube inside the IV and then shoot the stuff in there, and then it goes into your system. This time specifically, they did it in my arm, in my vein, and it's the same thing. They give you the IV ahead of time, and then they switch from the water to the medicine, so that's how it gets in your system. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of like being wide awake and then instantly out, depending on how much you can take, like how much your body can handle. For me, because I take the amitriptyline, I am able to withstand it a little bit more. But people that have never been put to sleep and people that aren't on that many prescriptions, they're going to be out like instantly after getting it. And yeah, I mean, that's like someone is saying, could you have stayed awake if possible, or is it impossible to stay awake? And yes, it's pretty much completely impossible to stay awake. And they make sure that you're completely out, like they say, before they do anything. You kind of have like a little bit of time to be completely asleep anyway, because once they give you the medicine, they have to roll you back to the room. And then there's a whole process of, like with me, they had to like wash me with this sticky stuff all over my stomach, and that probably took like a couple of minutes or so. And then they had to move me around and get me in the right positions and wait for everybody to come in the room. So you're probably out for like a good 5 to 10 minutes maybe before they even start doing the surgery. They open your eyes and they make sure that you're completely asleep, that you can't be woken up. And then during the surgery, I've heard that they tape your eyes shut. So I mean, I don't remember them doing that, obviously, because I was asleep. I don't remember anybody taking it off, and like I didn't remember like feeling anything sticky or anything on my eyelids. That's just something that I've heard that they do, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all that I can remember from the process. I mean, you're quickly out and you're quickly up. When you wake up, you feel like you literally just went out. Like the first time that I was ever put to sleep, they were waking me up and they were calling my name. And I like the first thing that I said to someone was, how long is it going to take me to fall asleep? Because I didn't even think that I had fallen asleep yet. So it's definitely nothing to worry about. But let me know if you have any other questions, and I will try and do my best to give you any information that I can. Thanks for watching.